Yolanda Tejada was the youngest of 10 siblings growing up in Texas when she learned her first life lesson.
My father had grocery stores, and people would come in that were migrant workers and couldn't work in the winter, and he would tell them, come in and get your food, and I'd tell him, Daddy, we're going to go broke, and he says, no, honey, what goes around comes around, and believe me, it did. I came from a wonderful family. I had a vision, and I wanted to be helpful.
And so she began working toward a career in nursing while raising a family and making a living.
She loves everybody. She always looks for the goodness in everybody. She always worked. She worked in the cannery. She worked in different professions, doing different kinds of work. But she was always there at school when we needed her. She was a member of the PTA. I think she was a PTA president a couple of years also. So she's always been our backbone and always encouraged us.
After a very illustrious and fulfilling nursing career, Yolanda is now retired but continues to serve the community because, as she says, once a nurse, always a nurse.
And having had a wonderful husband who helped me rear the children, and like I said, did 2 jobs so that I wouldn't have to. So I could be a mother and a student and then a nurse. And the more I learned, the more I realized how little I really knew.
I had a passion for seeing these children become somebody and upgrade their quality of life.
He would go to the migrant camps, and there he would speak to the families, encouraging the families to send their kids to school. If kids needed to go to the clinics, he would sometimes use his own vehicle to take kids to the clinics. He was a liaison between the schools and the families. He was like a bridge to higher education. Ruben was like a bridge because one example is that he put together what he called the BEAM scholarship program. And with this program, he awarded many scholarships to high school students so that they can go on to college.
For 37 years, Ruben worked in education here within the Central Valley, serving children and families. He still holds a position with Stockton Unified as a substitute administrator.
He's a very humble, a go-getter, and we want to make sure that the students, got what they deserved as far as education is concerned.
Ruben currently serves on various community boards, continuing to reach out to the underprivileged in this community. God and his family are his top priorities.
I think that children, not only migrant, but just general population children, they deserve the best we can provide here in this, so they can become contributors of this society. And America needs more of us, to get involved and volunteer our services. And I think that passion, I still have it. I'm still doing it. I'm a retired school principal, and I tell you, I still get involved as much as I can.
She's the kind of person that if she sees someone who is suffering from a mental illness, who is being ridiculed or taken advantage of, she'll go right in there and step up and say, what do you need? What can I do for you? Can I give you a ride home? Do you need something to eat? And a lot of people won't do that. They're afraid. But she's just a really good, kind person.
Born in Durango, Mexico, Rosalva Garduno has been stepping up to help others in San Joaquin County for the last 30 years. Today, Rosalva is dedicated to lifting the stigma of mental illness. When she realized the National Alliance on Mental Illness didn't have a Spanish-speaking program, she took it on.
I want to help my community. I don't want any person to be deprived of this information because of their language if I am able to help them.
She's just a really good person. Yeah, she has so many qualities I wish I had.
Rosalva is also the program coordinator for nursing programs at Delta College and is helping prepare students to work with the mentally ill.
I always advise my students, the participants. I tell them, if you have anything to help somebody else, if you have any resources, share them, don't keep them to yourself. I think God gave us talents and courage, because it takes a lot of courage to do a lot of things in life. And if you have something that will benefit somebody else, it's only fair that you share with others and help the community.
She never thinks about how much it's going to cost or how long it's going to take. She will find ways to go out of her way and meet the needs of other people. When she is asked for help, either by a priest, by a sister in the school, or by a family that comes for help at the church, they refer them to her.
And that has been Amelia Moreno's way of life. For the last 41 years, she has given selflessly to the Catholic Church. She takes communion to patients in convalescent homes, and she makes sure migrant families get what they need at the labor camps.
Por eso, como ven que lo hago, me buscan porque saben que no digo no. Siempre estoy dispuesta a hacer lo que yo creo que es principal de hacer eso.
Amelia works very closely with the priests in her parish, helping the elderly and the vulnerable.
Yo pienso que es porque voy con muy buena voluntad a mirar las personas. Voy a ver las personas con amor, con compasión, a mirar cómo están.
Doing God's work for so many years, Amelia doesn't think twice about it.
Acting so es porque God is told me. You know, told me go, y voy.
Either you make it happen or you watch it happen.
He always believes that things can be done, that things will change, that people will actually rally around us. Even, in defeat, he is terrifically optimistic.
And so it was when Jean Azevedo set out to improve the Cinco de Mayo parade in downtown Stockton.
Everything was against him. He relied on a lot of us to help him, but we thought that he was to be the sacrificial lamb, and he proved otherwise. Actually, he became, that parade became a success because of him.
Jean is quick to point out that the successes are not his alone.
In understanding that there's many other individuals that have the same passion, and connecting with them, understanding that they have a lot of energy, and together we can make change, it's when you start mobilizing communities and people to ensure that change is happening.
Jean strives to make the community a better place, whether through his work with hospice, through art, journalism, public relations, or legislation. And the community embraces him.
My family is not just my immediate family. I have a tremendous family in San Joaquin because there are so many people, hundreds of people that come together and meet in various forms and settings, and together we make the change.